Yeah. Hey, let's talk some more about other people's lives, dude. We're over here gossiping and shit. And did you hear he was doing stand-up and now he's not?
That's most people, isn't it?
Yeah, that is the majority. By the way, hello everybody. Welcome to Nobody's Happy Podcast. We're just coming off doing the 420 show, which I actually had a lot more fun than I thought I was going to have. I was really afraid of trying this new material. I was like, I had an I actually I forgot to say half of it, but I think it ended fairly well. I'm writing a bunch of new shit. I was there with Josh. We're all a lot of us were writing a bunch of shit, doing open mic, trying new stuff. I like where it's going.
I heard a lot of shitting on me. That's what I heard. A lot of, hey, it's empty, but who was promoting it? Cabaza, so we should know better. That was George.
What did Devo say? It's like his flyer is satanic.
Yeah.
Because they had the skulls with like the pot. It's a 420 show, but it was a little light, not ideal. Like ideally you want to have a show with like
more than
hundreds
10.
of people, but it was actually really fun. And what was half the fun was not just being up there and actually getting the people in there laughing. It was also hanging out outside and the comics just being fucking funny, guys talking shit to each other. They were making fun of Bobby because he was doing everything. Bobby's a comic, but he's also a co-owner of the Upstage Lounge here in San Antonio. It's a new comedy club, and it's a smaller room than the Laugh Out Loud, but it's fun. You can get some people in there. It's a really fun time, and we had a good time. But like I said, I think it was mainly because I was seeing a bunch of my friends that I haven't seen together in one place in a long time since we first started doing comedy back in 2010 to 2013. We were still kind of like, we were all still in that intermediate level where like between just being an open micer and actually getting shows where you might get paid $20 or 2 beer tickets.
I think I was a better promoter then because those Chronic Laughter shows would get packed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you also had a life outside of comedy because you still had like a regular job.
No, I had the regular job.
And you had friends from those regular jobs that you would bring in.
No, there wasn't friends coming. It was me putting like $1,000 in radio ads instead of Facebook.
Oh, right. But see, you had funding.
Yeah, I had funding, yes.
Which is from working like a slave.
Yeah, I was selling gym memberships.
Oh, well, that's not that bad. You just got to talk real good. Slick motherfuckers. Anyway, I'm trying to do, I feels like I'm going to be able to do a half hour, not a half hour. Well, we call it a half hour, but like 20 minutes of new material. I think I'm going to be able to have it out by either by the end of the year or be able to record it by the end of the year or by this time, but for sure by this time next year, I'll have out like a new 20-minute, like a good set, like a little, get a look at me. Fucking 20 minutes special. Just like how they used to do at Comedy Central, where you used to get they call it a half hour special, but when you included the commercials, it really ended up being like around 20, 22 minutes. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll record 30 minutes and then the best 20, I'll put those together. And I think there's a good chance I might be able to do it by the end of the year and actually have it out. But I really want to take my time with this one because I really want it to be like just good straight through, no fluff or nothing. Because like I know some people said when they saw the the older one, no, not the older one, the newer special that I put out of my system. I think somebody put something like, this is not as good as the other ones. And it isn't, because of course not, stupid. I put it together in a year during the pandemic too. Well, during like, I know I was working on it while it was still at like 25% capacity. Like you couldn't have all the chairs in the comedy club open, and obviously you couldn't have like at this point right now. I think America, most of the United States has already been like, you know what, fuck this. I think we're done. Even there's another variant coming. Who gives a fuck? I'll be ready. Right? It was just scary at first, but when I was putting it together, it was still limited capacity. You still masks here and there, fucking blah, blah, blah. Everybody was afraid. I remember when I recorded it. I recorded it in Austin. And I remember it was still around the time where people were kind of like, hey, you guys need to be safe out there. You know, I know some restrictions people were still kind of like, hey guys, don't let your guard down. You know, I don't know what, like if COVID was a gang that was gonna jump you, don't let your guard down, dude. You're gonna get it or not. And that's when I recorded it, and that's what I'm blaming the shittiness of that fucking special on. No, it was put together kind of hastily, but then I realized, what's that guy from Andrew Schultz? His podcast.
Oh no! Oh, wow!
Wow! Racism on a whole new level. Leave it to Josh Akash.
Akash Singh. Wow.
Yeah, Akash.
It's because I just read a story about Aziz.
Wow,
recently,
that's so fucking
Bill
racist.
Murray.
I'm with a fucking bigot.
God dang it!
I don't know why I said I'm with a bigot. Like,
because you're a bigot too.
Like we're together.
I'm with
a bigot. Akash Singh.
Yeah.
He had a brilliant, I thought it was brilliant. The idea of having 20-minute special, have it nice and tight. That way, you know, you still got to spare, you know, at 15. That's probably what I'm going to have at that point by the time I record. But at least you're not starting from fucking zero, and it's taking you longer. I know it would take me longer to build a whole brand new hour. And I know now that I'm situated, I have, you know, I'm with my girl. We're in the same place. I'm with my friends and family that are close to me. I feel better. I feel more capable of writing new stuff. And I think I'm going to be able to create a brand new hour and have it so tight. It would take me like 2 years to do it, but it would be, you know, I'm pretty sure it would be my best one. But I'm going to take it really slow, and not just take it slow as far as writing the material well and rewriting it and editing it, but also putting out something earlier by just putting out a half hour or 22 minutes instead of like having to wait all that time and have nothing to put out in the meantime. So I rather take my time with a half hour than and put that out as soon as possible. But, you know, it's not too hasty because I smoked a lot before I came out here. I just want you to know that. And yeah, I mean, it's
gonna be real good.
It's gonna be good. And why did I put this? I'm not reasonable. Oh yeah, I guess because one of the things that I thought, I was like, well, maybe people think like, well, why didn't you do that the first time? It's like, because I'm fucking figuring it out as I go along. And yeah, some of this shit is not mapped out as it is. Like, technically, if it wasn't for social media, if it wasn't for YouTube, I would have been out of the game a long time ago. I would have missed all my opportunities. and that would have been it. I would have been done. But because of social media, because of YouTube, it's kind of like it's kept my career actually functioning on some level. You know, even though I'm outside of the entertainment industry technically, because of YouTube, because of the views that those videos have gotten of stand up, it's actually made it possible for me to actually do this and actually pursue it, to actually grow and not just stay at this level. So yeah, the path is not as clear cut as it may seem, you know, like even like people like I talked about earlier, like Andrew Schultz. It's like that dude was already on TV when his he was on a podcast also with Charlemagne,
Brilliant Idiots,
which was already, you know, pretty popular as far as podcasts are concerned, you know, fairly popular. You know, he just went to another stratosphere. But what I'm doing is technically a little bit different because I am completely outside of, I guess technically I was on TV too, but nobody saw it anyway. Epics, shout out to Epics. Thank you for the opportunity. That was actually kind of cool, you know. Who else gets to say I was on some kind of TV, you know? But yeah, man, it's when you do stand up, you don't do stand up because you're a reasonable person, you know? Like I just hate, I just don't want to do what other people want me to do anymore. After religion, after the army, I was like, you know, I think I'm done with people telling me what to do. I think I'm going to do my own shit. Oh yeah, there it comes up. They actually, I don't know why. I hate that they put all that makeup on me. I look like a trans lady on the stand up where it says that stand up is that picture.
Yeah.
That I look like a I look like I'm being brave and stunning on that picture.
You're so handsome. Did you get the haircut that day?
I think so. Yeah, so obviously I couldn't wear a hat because, you know, it's TV, and TV, they're very particular about having brands. I should have just worn a black hat. I used to wear a black hat all the time. Yeah, man, you don't pick stand up. I'm figuring this out as I go along. That's why you get this weird fucking podcast where sometimes I do it with my friends, sometimes I'm just here rambling on, fucking half baked. Because I'm figuring this out as I go along, you know, especially the podcast part. It feels like it's a whole different mode of comedy, to be honest with you. And sometimes it doesn't even feel like it has to. That's the cool part about it. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it has to be funny, but it just comes out that way sometimes. You get all kinds of weirdos, man. Like when you like if an open mic scene is thriving, I think it has people that have a future in comedy. It has people that are good at it, but they're just not pursuing it as a career. There's people who are bad at it, and also there's one key ingredient that is usually in open mic scenes is there will be people that are fucking psychotic, like legit mental illness. I mean, I guess all of us have some kind of a mild mental disorder, I guess. So I mean, there's got to be something that makes you want to do stand up, get in front of people and try to make them laugh, try to coax an emotion out of them. But I think that is what the main common denominator in all those people is a slight kind of mental illness. So we're obviously not going to function like everybody else. I'm not going to be as organized as I should be. I'm not going to always be as how do you call it, entrepreneurial as somebody that might be, you know, starting a fucking selling beads, you know, on their fucking YouTube channel or whatever. I wish I could just, you know, I wish I could just make money off YouTube videos, but like just me working out. I'm just like all diesel, right? Just fucking jacked, and people just want to see. Let's see what this fucking. But I guess women are the ones that have it easier, because no, actually not easier, because they have to work out too. But them working out is like somebody's 20 minutes. Like, I want to see this. It's just it's cool. It's good, and it makes my pee-pee move. Look at that. Like, who doesn't want to see that? Even chicks would be like, let me see how this chick got that way. Right? And as a dude, you go like, let me see how this chick got that way. God damn. Right? You just and you wear stuff that just that it's easy to picture you naked. God, man, what a fucking life, right? And having like tens of thousands of dollars probably, you know, at the lower end. And then you got this fucking weirdo.
This is one of the more popular YouTube stars, and he does all like pull-ups and stuff like that.
Oh, really? See, wish I could do that. Less douchey, right? I wouldn't do that pose where it looks like you're trying to pull your pants down.
Yeah. Or you show all the dick root.
Yeah, exactly. The dick root. What a hilarious fucking name for it.
Cum gutters.
Yeah, cum gutters. Yuck. That's so gross. Yeah. I mean, I guess the point is we don't do regular jobs, man. Last time I had a regular job was at in Austin. I had this place called Holy Cow Burgers. I probably shouldn't say it, right? Fuck it. Who knows if they're even up. Anyway, I got that job because it was like, you know, times were tough. I had to get a real job there for a second, even though it was part-time. And I got hired at this place, and the manager, it was a Mexican dude from Mexico as well. He told me that he liked the fact that they hired me because I was a good worker. And he goes, because usually, he goes, I don't know if you know this, but the two owners, they're gay, right? And usually they just hire good-looking kids. But I'm glad they hired you, though. And I was just looking at him like, wait, what? Dude, like 5 days later, I didn't see what he was talking about till 5 days later. I think it was the weekend, whenever the younger kids worked, and I was going to see them for the first time. I saw them walk in, dude, these two delicious boys, like scrumptious young twinks, right? They weren't even, it's not that they were gay, but they were young, like 18 to 20-year-old, certainly not old enough to drink. And they came in with like just good-looking kids, and they came in with this like youthful energy. And as soon as they came in, like, so did the owners, just kind of like checking in on things. And I was like, holy shit, I see what fucking homeboy meant. Like, usually they just hire good looking guys. And then I looked at myself in the mirror, and I had like I'm doing stand up at the time. I'm staying out, fucking drinking. I'm in my late 20s, I think. Probably late 20s. So I'm, or early 30s, maybe 31 at the oldest. And I'm like so bedraggled by my stupid nightlife, where I just drink, stay up, smoke, sometimes do other things, and just bags under my eyes. I look fucking horrible and disgusting, but I'm working hard, you know? So the manager was like he's like, thank God I got this fucking ugly, hardworking motherfucker who needs this money too.
So anyway, they were casting couching those young boys. Yeah,
that's what what's his face insinuated. No, he told me straight up. Usually and he told me what, the owners are gay, and they usually just hire good-looking young men. And
And he's like, they'll never want to fuck you.
They'll never want to fuck you. But you know why? Because you're a good worker. It's like if I was good looking, I'd definitely not be working hard. What the fuck, man? I'd like to think that I have day labor fucking blood running through me. All my family was blue collar workers, aunts and uncles. Oh yeah, I took the 23andMe. I never talked about that, did I?
No.
Basically, I thought I was gonna be like 80% like American Indian. I thought I was gonna be close, man. I mean, it's still the majority of it, which is how I figured. But like, I didn't know there was gonna be. I thought there was gonna be like maybe 5 or 7% European. Because I can't get signal in here. But I think my shit was like 60% American Indian. No, not American Indian. 60% indigenous American. Mostly from the Mexico area and a lot closer to Mexico City. So I guess I do come from Aztecs. For the longest time, I thought our family came from northern Mexico. And which is more like different type of not Aztec. There was also American indigenous people in the Mexico area, but they weren't all Aztecs. I was like, we're probably from one of those tribes up north or something like that. But it turns out that I have a lot of genes, people that share the same genes that I do in Jalisco, which is like almost close to the central Mexico area. So I guess at some point my people started moving up north where there was more. I think my dad told me something like that. They used to grow cotton up north, northern Mexico, and I guess it dried out. But European, I have like 20% European, 25% European, something like that.
It says the average Mexican is mestizo. Census says about 80% of the population is around 20 to 25% indigenous. So even if the average I think is only 20, 25%. The rest is European and other things.
Yeah, my girl was more European. She was like almost 50-50.
Yeah, that's what George Lopez was.
But mine was like 60% American indigenous and 30%. I almost had it backwards. My shit was like 25% to 30%, like 29%. Wait, I'm getting all my percentages all fucked up. 67, 80. Yeah, like 29% European. Spanish or Portuguese. I had 1% Italian. Hey. And my girl had 1% Jew, Ashkenazi Jew.
What about West African?
I had 5 point something percent. No, I had like.
It says here West African ancestry ranges from an average of 2% in Mexico to over 40% in Belize.
Mine was like about 7% African, sub-Saharan African.
Yeah, in Mexico, it's the average is 2 to 4%. Why don't they just put 3%? 2 to 4%, then 3. Then the average is 3.
Anyway, and it's also said that I had more Neanderthal DNA than 80% of the people that they get the test done.
It's the brow.
Yeah, it means that long ago, some of my ancestors were really nasty, and they were like, I want a human, but there's no humans around. But look at that big fucking headed humanoid thing. It's gotta have a pussy, right? I got Neanderthal DNA, man. More than the average person, I guess. More than the average person on the app, on the 23andMe.
Who has more, you or George, you think?
I don't know. I bought Oh yeah, I got a weight set too. That's where I got that stupid joke from. Then that didn't even fucking work. I'm trying to get healthier, man. I gotta get. Ever since I heard that fucking George's gorilla ass was bought the Olympic bar and the bench press, I was like, that gorilla is gonna get more gorilla.
He's building everything in his house. He's building a gym. He's building a studio.
I kind of have a half-ass gym built in my in our backyard garage.
You use it?
Yeah, I'm sore right now. I've been writing. Oh shit! I'm supposed to be talking about. I was gonna talk about something. I was gonna talk about insecurity. Like I said, I've been writing a lot. I've been writing a lot now. Stand up. Actually, in the grand scheme of things, I'm writing fairly fast. If you try to keep track of it for like only like 3 weeks, you would think I'm going very slow. But trust me, I write a lot, mostly out of necessity. But I read a lot of new material. It just takes me it takes a long time. You know what I mean. In the long run, it's a fairly fast thing to do. I feel like it could take me about 2 years to put something together, and that's with me not being out on the road, regularly. But anyway, one of the things that I've been writing about was insecurity, because usually that's where I find the best parts of my stand-up. It's got to be something that is either very important to me, but for the most part, it's either something that upsets me, something that embarrasses me, and usually that's where I try to look for some of the juicier stuff, which is what I'm working on right now, is Insecure. And but mainly I guess it's about jealousy. But the way I started off, I'm not gonna do obviously I'm not gonna do the joke at you right now, but I basically start off saying that I'm an insecure person, and the way that I know that I'm insecure is because I'm jealous. I'm a jealous guy. And from what I've understood, listening to like psychologists and doctors or whatever, is that jealousy is essentially a fruit of your insecurity, right? If you're a jealous person, it means that you're very insecure. And what I get at is that's me. I'm a jealous guy. I get jealous very not very quickly. It's like I also explained it in the joke, but that I'm not like the type of jealous person that's like abusive, like where you're constantly like on somebody going like, who are you talking to? Or where the fuck were you? Right? Like grabbing a chick by like above the elbow and kind of doing the, what the fuck is it, it's not that kind of jealousy, but it is the kind of jealousy where it's more like where I talk about, for example, of not wanting to hear any anecdotes or stories that my girl has to say where she mentions having an ex-boyfriend, right? Like that. I think that that's got to be natural on some level, but I know that it's got to come from insecurity, right? At least to the hilarious level that I hate hearing stories about a girlfriend's ex, but I know that it's a flaw, right? And the way that I know that it's a flaw is because like I said, I know that it comes from insecurity, but the way that I deal with it is I kind of treat it like it's an illusion. It's not real. Like, you ever seen the movie A Beautiful Mind, where there's this guy that's a mathematician, and he starts hallucinating, like he becomes schizophrenic, I think. He starts hallucinating, and at some point, the way he gets over it, or not over it, but the way he starts kind of like handling it is he keeps hallucinating this friend of his and this little girl, right? And he keeps talking to them for like years and years, like I think decades actually go by. And the way he figures it out is at some point he's sitting there, and the little girl's there, and the guy's there, and then it just hits him, and he goes, "Oh, she never gets old." Like the little girl, he's been seeing her for years and years, but the little girl never gets old. She stays the same age, and that's how he realizes that he really is hallucinating, and he kind of hangs out to onto that piece of reality every time he's having like an episode. Like, she never gets old. That's kind of how I handle jealousy. I know it's not real, or if you want to call it, I know it's bad, but I have to understand that it's just something. There's something about me, right? With this schizophrenic guy, there's something wrong with my brain, so it's gonna do this weird shit. I just can't pay attention to it, and that's kind of how I learned to deal with jealousy. It's like I'm psychotic, right? I'm hyperbole, right? But I'm crazy. You know, I can think stupid thoughts, but they're not real. You know, she never gets old. It's all in my fucking head. What I do. What else?
That's the real guy right there from the movie.
Oh yeah.
That's
Look at him.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. Yeah, that's right. This was a true story. That the guy was like
a genius.
He was a genius, a mathematical genius, but like, I guess, you know, that old thing they say, the fine line.
He thought he was working for the government.
Mm-hmm. He would look at the newspaper and he would see like, oh shit, they're trying to send the enemy's trying to send code through the newspaper.
But maybe they were. Maybe it was all fucking. They made him do that through some MK Ultra type shit. They fucked up his mind.
And they could have, dude.
You know what I mean? He dug through his arm because he believed they chipped him.
Yeah, dude.
And this is in the 60s.
Part.
Think about that.
I know, dude.
So he already knew about RFID chips.
Although, you know what? I've also been watching the Lakers series.
Yeah.
And that's true, right? That this is a true story. But just like the Wu-Tang series, I watched the Wu-Tang series too. And I watched the Lakers on HBO Max with John C. Reilly. Fucking awesome, dude. I fucking loved it. It actually made me want to watch basketball. That's how much of a fucking nerd I am, or how easily manipulated I can be. What was I getting with that? Yeah. That I find out that sometimes writers, they take artistic liberties with to make it more dramatic. So it's like, what part of that was that one of those parts? Like, did that guy actually dig into his fucking arm? We don't know, because I guess you can figure it out. But just like the Wu-Tang series and the series about the Lakers dynasty, there's parts where they make it a little bit, you know, they put a little hot sauce on it, you know, like sometimes there's things where like some characters didn't even exist. They just kind of throw them in there to like, you know, they got to make a show of it. You know, they got to make it dramatic.
Yeah, like RZA actually had a bunch of sisters, not just one sister.
Mm-hmm.
But they put them all in.
Yeah, and it's like we can't have all these bitches and keep track of all their fucking personalities. Let's keep it simple. No,
John has a bloody cut on his arm after an object is implanted in his skin. Oh no, that's from the movie. I thought I was gonna say. What's his name? John Nash?
Yeah, did John Nash actually I think that was down here. Did John Nash actually oh no, never mind. I just wasted it.
Did John Nash not die, John Nash. Cut his arm.
In real life?
Not in the fake life.
Hey, bro, for real, bro? Hey, I heard he cut his arm, bro. Oh, look, did Nash cut his arm?
Yeah, but it goes to the movie.
John, well, then we'll never know. See? Never mind. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, jealousy. I like talking about this, man. Well, mainly because I have been a jealous person before. Technically, I guess I still can be sometimes. It's manifests itself in a goofy way now, because I'm an old man, Because if somebody, I guess that's what I kind of learned to see it. It's like if somebody's gonna cheat on you or leave you, right? Which, well, let's say just leave you, right? It does. That's painful enough, right? To be upset about it. It's like being upset that summer became winter. Like it's inevitable. It's supposed to happen that way. It's part of nature. The reason that person left you is because you're not good enough. And by that could be both positive and negative, meaning maybe you're not good enough because you don't work on yourself. Or maybe you're not good enough because they're too demanding and you're fine, but you're not good enough because they demand too much. So you know what I mean? It could be you being deficient or them asking too much. Either way, you're not good enough. And that's the way it should be looked at. It's like, oh yeah, this peg was not going to fit into this fucking hole. It's a different shape. So of course, so the inevitability of that relationship failing would have to be as the same as summer turning into winter, right? It has to happen. It's like being resentful about winter too. And be like, I'm never gonna forget this fucking year when summer became winter. A big fucking betrayal. It's like, no, that's what's supposed to happen. It's that much of a sure thing because you weren't supposed to be with that person, right? And because like if you think about like what jealousy is, it's for a guy, it's being afraid that the vagina you chose is currently being stuffed with more penisi. Louis C.K. called it with more penisia. And I think that's pathetic because you're basically, who the fuck, how do you like someone that doesn't like you? Do you know what I mean? Like I find
most people like people who don't like them back, and that's why they like them.
That's so fucking gross. My biggest turnoff is when a woman doesn't love me. It really turns me off. I cannot imagine myself wanting someone that doesn't want you back in at least the same capacity, It's the game. That's the game, to make them flip and then want you. That's fucking crazy.
That's what everybody's playing. Nobody's playing
That's
this
so crazy.
up front, I like you, I love you, because the majority of people think the opposite, and they're like, ew, what? No, I don't trust you.
These shoes don't fit, but they'll fit in 2 years.
You force the peg. You shave the sides. You force the peg.
Yeah, instead of going around and trying to find the right one, it's like, which one is in the shape of a star? All these and you're like, what? Why don't I just knock the edges off my star?
Yep.
And you deform yourself. You deform who you are so that you can fit into the wrong fucking, or you're like, fuck it, I'll just shave myself down to a pencil. I can fit in all you motherfuckers. Oh my God.
What happens is your edges grow back and then you get stuck inside.
Whoa. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been smoking and I didn't even think of that. That's fucking awesome. So don't shave yourself. Or even worse, don't try to punch fucking holes into somebody else's shape so that your fucking shitty peg can fit in there. But also, don't fuck up your own peg so you can fit into as many holes as possible.
Maybe the problem is the holes, and maybe the pegs should just get together.
Yeah. Maybe you want another peg. Maybe 2 pegs. Not so crazy after all. And sometimes 2 holes could just kind of rub around each other,
That reminds me of Sam Shimomora's joke. He's just like, everybody wants a bigger dick. I just want a square dick. I fuck up some bitches with a square dick. All these edges, like, oh.
Oh my God! Speaking of people that you don't see do stand up anymore, Sam Shimamura.
That dude was hilarious.
He was fucking hilarious. I love that guy. He was so like menacing too when he would get on stage, and he had the material to go with it. Man, it was so fucking awesome. But
On a level of dirty but smart dirty.
yeah, it was smart. It was clever dirtiness, and it was just good, man. It was just fucking good. What was I gonna get at? Oh yeah. Jealous man. I was on jealous men. Jealous women. Oh yeah, it's pathetic for men to be jealous, I think. But for a woman to be jealous, I think that's just her being selfish. A jealous woman is a selfish woman, because think of what a jealous woman is saying. She's saying, I don't like that you're making a lot of people happy. I don't like that you're spreading happiness and joy to multiple people. I want to keep you should only make me happy. I'm mad that you provide so many people with food, shelter, and dick. I'm mad at that. So y'all gotta stop being so selfish, ladies.
I think they like keeping you beneath them, because if you get too big for your britches, you know what I mean, then they're gonna be like, oh, he's gonna think he's better than me, and
they gotta knock you a peg.
And they gotta knock.
Are you saying
down.
women will sabotage you to keep you at a certain level?
I think both men and women will do that. You know what I mean? If you, especially financially, for men, for your wife or girlfriend to then become the breadwinner, a lot of dudes are like, wait, what the fuck? I gotta make more money, and they become jealous.
Oh yeah. Actually, I knew a friend who was completely opposed to his woman making more money than him. I fucking welcome it with open arms, bitch. Where's that wallet? Break it out.
Yeah.
Let's get us fucking matching scooters.
Just when we go to the restaurants,
Matching
let me
jet
get the
skis.
debit and pay. I mean, it's our debit, but let me give them the card.
Anything public, I'll handle it. Anything when we're out in the open, all the shit that you got to do on a computer because it's so fucking big.
The bills, that's you.
That's all you. All of you're behind the scenes, baby.
I got that shit all day.
And I make a big deal about it too. Leave a nice fucking fat ass tip. Cause that's the only time this bitch is coming out to fucking to fucking use. So yeah, ladies, make that fucking money already. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Raul, you're just an insecure little man. An insecure little man that tries to overcompensate by making fun of women. And to that I say, that's what I've been telling you, you stupid bitch.
This whole podcast is about.
No, I mean, I do recognize that me being insecure is a flaw, is what I'm getting at. And it's things that I've actually gotten a lot better at it, about being jealous and insecure. Oh my God. You know the most jealous thing that made me feel awful I ever did was I couldn't get a hold of this girl that I was going out with. And I actually called a mutual friend and asked him, hey, is she there with you? And I just remember hearing his voice go, what? No. And then I was like, okay. And then I hung up, and I just remember afterwards feeling so fucking ashamed of myself. And ashamed for two reasons. One, like, I guess, like, it wasn't that close of a friend, but also, you know, that you would like immediately go there. It's like, what if they're hanging out and, you know, blah, blah, blah. But also like ashamed of looking for somebody that clearly doesn't want to hang out with you. I think it's so, yeah, I can't wrap my head around. I guess I could see how controlling people might want to get the feeling of, like you said, like changing somebody. Like, I bet I could whip this motherfucker into shape
Well, there's also the opposite where I want to destroy them, but not let them know I'm destroying them because I'm an energy sucker. You know what I mean? So like
you mean not just friendship, or you mean in an actual relationship,
friendship or relationship. That's what they call frenemies, which I hate that fucking. That's just your enemy.
You don't believe in frenemies?
No, that's just your enemy. That's an enemy who's too close to you.
Oh,
Get them the fuck away. Stop having frenemies. That's fucking stupid. But in a relationship, in order for them to feel whole, they got to make you feel crazy. So then that jealousy could be, real. It could be that this person is driving me insane and making me feel jealous because they are doing something.
That's true. Let's not forget, just because being jealous is a flaw does not mean that you're not dating a whore.
But is it a flaw?
You two could be fucking both. Maybe don't be jealous. Also, stop fucking people.
But is it a flaw if you're using that to make yourself a better person? Because then ego is a flaw. On the opposite.
No, fair enough. I mean, I guess. I don't see anything positive with. I don't think it should ever get there. I think you should always want to be bettering yourself. You shouldn't need the motivator of like, I'll show you, because that it can be a good motivator. In fact, in certain doses, but it could also fuck you up if you cling on to that. Like, I'll show this motherfucker, or I'll show this bitch. Like now you're just obsessed. And that's going to eat you alive, I think, especially if you don't have a way to express it besides overcompensating in a grandiose way.
It depends who that person is. If that person is your father, that could drive you insane, or that can drive you to
I'm not
success.
going to be jealous of him.
No, not necessarily jealousy, but
look at his wife.
That's
all mean and shit.
I meant like seeking approval. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, see, that's different than jealousy. I feel like jealousy. If you look at the definition, I think the definition is like where you want to grab something. No, you want to protect something. Like he's jealous of his car. Like he's very jealous of his car, meaning like you don't like people to touch your car. And the other one is straight up a fear of infidelity in a relationship, which I think is no matter how jealousy presents itself, at the end of the day, it's fear of other genitals coming in contact with the genitals that you've chosen to spend the rest of your life with. And I think it's that.
So is
simple.
jealousy for you is mainly relationship wise? That's how it surfaces.
Yeah, because I don't like friends or even like people like comics that get great opportunities. I never feel any like I reserve all that shit for relationships.
Yeah,
because I guess that's where it matters to me. Like whether you feel it or you're trying not to feel it or you are or enjoying feeling it. It's a totally different thing,
it's people with better bodies. For me.
Yeah.
When I go to the gym, and then I find out I'm staring at a dude too long, but it's just because I'm jealous because he has the ass.
What you want?
The ass that I want.
He has the titties I want. I'm gonna get so fucking jacked, dude. It's gonna be dope. I'm gonna stop drinking so much. I'm gonna get fucked up tonight, though.
Are you going to the Tiger?
Yeah. I gotta do some. I don't know why I sat like this. I'm gonna do some time. I'm gonna do some time because I'm really excited. I mean, I'm excited about the material I've written so far, even though none of it's ready. None of my new stuff is ready. I'll forget it and then I'll start playing with another new toy. And then eventually, once I have I have it around like in time wise, then I start like really ratcheting it up, like fucking tightening it, making it fucking nice and flow as smooth as fast as possible. That's when it starts getting good. But yeah, and that's one of the things that I'm working on right now, like the whole jealousy thing. Cause yeah, man, I remember fucking having that feeling afterwards. I was like, God, what the fuck is wrong with me? Why would I why would I get? I felt so like I knew it was coming from somewhere and it wasn't good. I was like, nothing about being obsessed with wanting to be around someone that clearly doesn't want to be around you is as unhealthy as that. Like I felt there's something in my head immediately just popped. Like, this is so unhealthy right now. It's so unhealthy the way you're feeling, and you should really try to get control of this and figure out where it's coming from. I mean, I didn't think about it in those terms. Back then, it was just more of a gut feeling. I was more like, the fuck is wrong with me? And it was just that quick, you know. But then it comes. It's nothing like years that'll teach you how to like life experience is like invaluable in the sense of like a 20-year-old can't buy 40 years of experience. Like a 20-year-old can buy books, can buy shows, can buy lectures, but they'll never get the full benefit of actually living those 40 years and actually being in the trenches and getting fucked over, cheated, dick slapped, fucking bitch slapped, just fucking dragged under the wheels, all that stuff, man. I mean, if you're a smart enough person, you're still going to make mistakes and you're still going to fuck up, but if you're a smart enough person, you're going to figure out some patterns and how life works, and it's going to be of a benefit to you. And I think that's pretty much what I've done with jealousy. I've learned how to control it, how to lessen it, because I think it's just a very regular human emotion. I don't think you can eradicate it. And if you try to eradicate all jealousy, you're just going to become some kind of fucking weird, unemotional, untouchable monster. So maybe some jealousy is good, right? Like some healthy, who the fuck was that guy? Oh, your coworker, huh? Yeah. Maybe there's a little healthy amount of that, right? Maybe they might even take it as a sign that you still care. But yeah, the whole like pacing back and forth, like, where the fuck is she right now? You know, that's definitely a bad place, if I do say so myself. Yeah, and that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today. I'm gonna start doing that. I have more shit that I want to talk about. I keep approaching this shit the wrong way, and I figure if I just approach it and talking about the things that I want to talk about at that current time, maybe that'll make this whole podcasting or the experience a little bit better. But yeah, how much time did we do?
52.
Oh, that's good. That's fucking awesome. What do I got going on? Shit, I do have shows going on. I just can't remember, and I can't get into the fucking Facebook in here. Anyway, I'm gonna be doing shows somewhere this week, mostly here at the Blind Tiger. Where else? Damn, I gotta hit up. I gotta hit up Big Al about doing his show. He told me to hit him up with avails. He runs a show, right? Like weekly. Is it weekly?
I think it's monthly.
Monthly? All right. I'll have to hit him up because he told me to hit him up about being on it. Do you got anything going on, Josh?
Yeah, tonight I will be. When does this come out?
If we can upload it right now.
Yeah. Tonight then at the Blind Tiger Comedy Club. Come check it out. Feed the Funny. All ticket sales go to the San Antonio Food Bank. So Feed the Funny tonight, 10 p.m. Blind Tiger Comedy Club. And then next week, I'll be in Austin because the new studio opens up.
Shit.
I got some shows Friday and Saturday. There's this new comedy room or something on East 6th or East 4th, and then Speakeasy on Saturday. So
Speakeasy, that's on La Vaca?
Yeah.
Okay.
It can be a rowdy crowd, but they're fun.
Yeah. Well, fucking badass, man. So yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. I'll talk to you later. Y'all take it easy. Bye.